Good morning, I'm Adria Ramirez.
And I'm Ronald Hogan.
The Chicago Red Line is nearing the end of its 5-month-long renovation and closure. With more details on this story, here's our very own Dan McGinnis.
Thanks, guys. The CTA Red Line has been under construction since May of this year from the Cermak Chinatown station all the way south down to 95th Street. Now, some nearly 250,000 daily commuters have had to take alternative routes throughout their commutes every day, but they're ready to return to their normal routes.
This has been closed for a long time. It's about time they opened it again. I have to walk all the way to the green line just to take the red line. So what's the point in having two lines if they have the same route?
It takes a long time for me to get to work now because I got to take the green line. I have to bypass the red line here, and I have to catch two buses afterwards. On the way back, neighborhood in that area isn't fantastic, and it takes a long time for me to get home. The buses that run on 35th Street are just terrible. They're never on time. There's usually a group of about 15 or 20 of us waiting, and when the bus does show up, it's crowded. The venture card doesn't help any neither.
Now, many of the stations along the $75 million renovation project have received overall platform updates, station structural improvements, and of course new track all the way from Cermak Chinatown all the way down to 95th Street, as well as improvements to canopies, lighting, safety features, new bike racks, and a whole lot more. And to make all the rides smoother, they're going to be a lot quicker because the tracks are improved so the trains can go faster, and just an overall better experience for the passengers. Reporting live from the Sox 35th Street station on the Red Line, I'm Dan McGinnis, WICB News. Guys, back to you.
Hal Baskin Jr., son of Inglewood activist Hal Baskin, was victim to one of 8 shootings on Monday. The shooting happened a few blocks south of the Peace Center on the 6600 block of South Peoria Street in what was described as a random act. Hal was shot in the stomach and buttocks. He was taken to Sturgill Hospital and is enlisted in fair condition. Out of the 8 shootings, there have been no arrests. The Chicago Marathon is coming. Sponsored by Bank of America, over 1 million runners and spectators are expected to be in attendance. Here's Sean McGinty with more.
I'm staying out here in Grant Park right next to the Buckingham Fountain, which is the beginning point of this year's Bank of America Chicago Marathon. As you can see to my left, we have tents that are set up for the great event that will be happening this Sunday, October 13th.
The Chicago Marathon started in 1977 with more than 4,000 runners. Since its humble beginnings, the Chicago Marathon has become a world-class marathon, attracting the world's top runners with an estimate 45,000 participants. For those who live in Chicago, the Chicago Marathon has become a tradition, with residents lining the 26.2-mile course cheering on runners. The course goes through some of Chicago's most popular neighborhoods, including Lincoln Park, Little Italy, and more. And the start and finish line will be in Grant Park on Columbus Drive near the famous Buckingham Fountain. The Chicago Marathon contributed $243 million in total business activity to the Chicago economy last year. The first wave of runners will begin at 7:30 a.m. and the second wave of runners will begin at 8 a.m. The Bank of America Chicago Marathon will be held on Sunday, October 13th, 2013.
This year, Chicago's marathon seems to be shaping up to be a pretty big one. As you can see, all of our friends and construction workers are doing as much preparation work as they possibly can so they can get set up for this Sunday's main event. I'm Sean McGinty with WICB News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Sean. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Chicago is home to more than 2 million residents. Nearly 40 million people visit Chicago each year. Chicago is also the home of many professional sports teams, such as the Chicago Cubs, the Bulls, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Chicago White Sox, the Bears, While you're here, take a riverboat tour ride or take a ride on a double-decker bus. Don't forget to visit one of Chicago's 200-plus theaters. Chicago has dozens of museums, historical sites, and institutions. And also make sure you visit the Navy Pier, home of the 15-story Ferris wheel. To book your vacation today, go to visitchicago.org.
The Anti-Cruelty Society is Chicago's oldest and largest private unlimited stay animal welfare agency. Many people know about our adoptions, especially since we've been around in Chicago since 1899, but there is so much more that we do. We are so much more than a shelter. We have a humane education department that presents to about 16,000 people every single year with messages of empathy and compassion, helping kids to be safe around animals, and teaching about anti-dog fighting and the link between human-directed violence and animal cruelty. We also have on-site rehabilitation facilities so that we can that are sick or injured and offer them a second chance at finding a loving forever home. We have everything from puppy classes up through more agility training and also certification and classes for earning a Canine Good Citizen certification for your dog. Go to www.anticruelty.org or give us a call at 312-644-8338.
Every day, more photos are taken with the iPhone than any other camera. With its 8-megapixel camera and advanced optics, you'll never miss your chance to capture memories. The iPhone 5. It's not only a great phone, it's a great camera.
For the past 5 years, the Rivendell Theater Ensemble has been producing the Fresh Produce Project. This project helps develop new themes for future new works. The Rivendell Theater Ensemble has explored themes and concepts that include female astronauts and creativity in women. And for the past 3 years, Women in War. Tara Malin, Rivendell's theater director and producer of Women in War, says there's a wide communication gap between the civilian population and those who have served because women have been a minority as a military presence. This year, the theater and ensemble casts are focusing on first-person interviews with women who have served. From recruitment to training to deployment to coming home and re-immersion into civilian life, every woman's story is unique and specific to her background. And Rivendell's Megan Carney is the scriptwriter on the Women in War project. Iris Feliciano is the veteran coordinator from the Albany Park Community Center. The project focuses on hearing women's stories about having a wildly competitive spirit that does not like to lose, and those who are invigorated by the idea of physical and mental challenge. We hear of women who are constant and diligent, and focuses on both teamwork and personal attention to detail. We hear of the struggles to find oneself in a career choice mainly populated by men. But what exactly brings women to choose military service? Maybe it's competitiveness, an unwavering work ethic, or just a feeling of national pride. The Rivendell Theater Ensemble is located at 5779 Northridge Avenue, right here in Chicago.
The Chicago Field Museum is celebrating the 15th anniversary of our very own T-Rex. Here's Shania Davis with the story.
I'm Shania Davis with WICB News. I'm here at the exhibit at the Chicago Field Museum. It is home to the most largest, thorough, and complete Tyrannosaurus Rex. Its name is Sue.
So Sue was discovered in 1990 in South Dakota. She was discovered by Sue Hendrickson, and that is how Sue got her name. We named her after Sue Hendrickson. They had been doing a dig, and towards the end of the dig, they hadn't found anything. They had a flat tire, and Sue decided to stay behind. While she was waiting, she decided just to kind of walk around and do one more look over the grounds, and saw Sue's vertebrae actually sticking out from the side of the hills. So over 5 years, it took many, many man-hours to put her together. One of the things that people don't necessarily realize is that it's not Sue's actual head that is displayed with her body. Her head alone weighs 6 tons. So we could not display it in kind of a visually pleasing way without having kind of props under her chin and things. So what we did was we created a cast of her head, and her real head is above on the second floor of the museum. We have about 1.2 million visitors a year, and just about everybody that comes through the door comes to see Sue.
Dinosaurs may be long extinct, but the Tyrannosaurus Rex is leaving its footprints in Chicago. I'm here at the Field Museum. I'm Shania Davis with WICB News. And now back to you guys at the studio.
Thank you, Shania. Hispanic Heritage Month is underway in Chicago. It started September 15th and will run to October 15th. It was enacted in 1988, starting on September 15th because it is the anniversary of independence of 5 Latin American countries. It also celebrates the long and important presence of Hispanic and Latino Americans in North America. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, WICB News decided to ask Chicagoans who their Latin role models are.
My neighbors, my community, they do a very good job of keeping things together as far as the community, and I respect and love that about them because they make the economy thrive.
I would say George Lopez just because he's funny.
I admire Mark Anthony because he made this pretty cool song called I Need to Know back in '98.
I like Jennifer Lopez because she's a great entertainer and she's beautiful.
These are message is for all my people, Latinos, Hispanics, and everybody. Mr. Lenov, born in Guatemala, Central America, Mr. Lenov discovered the instant coffee when I was living in Germany. And Mr. Lenov now gives us a beautiful heritage for everybody can enjoy the coffee, instant coffee. Mr. Lenov, a German, born in Guatemala, has affected everybody can enjoy the coffee.
A couple of events to check out this month are the National Museum of Mexican Art, located in Pilsen, and the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration, 9th Annual Global Latino Fest. Information for those events can be found on our station's website.
Coming up soon, we have your traffic update. But first, here's Nico Garofalo with today's weather.
And thank you, Ronald. The next couple of days in Chicago will be nice and dry. As you can see, most of the precipitation is going to be in the west coast and a little bit in the east coast as well. Today we're going to have a high of 72 degrees with a nice and sunny forecast. High of 65 in LA with some showers. Little windy in Phoenix area, high of 89. Like I said, most of the precipitation coming from the west. It should hit us by Saturday. Shouldn't ruin your plans though. The thunderstorms as well in Nevada, and if you have a vacation day to Vegas, you might want to cancel those plans. In Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Washington, expect nothing new. It's going to be rainy like it is every week practically. High of 66 in Baltimore with a low of 54. In Dallas, it's going to be a rainy weekend as well. High of 86 with a low of 60 for the week. Nice temperatures though in the mid 80s, dropping off at 78. Chicago, raining Saturday and Sunday. Chance of thunderstorm Saturday. Not too bad on Sunday. It shouldn't ruin any Bears game plans. And as for Denver, it's going to be rainy. Chance of thunderstorms at night with a high of 70. Low of 40 on Saturday, high of 61. Portland, Oregon, high of 55 on Saturday with a low of 42. Now here's an area we've been watching with quite concern. It is Invest 94E. It has a 80% chance of turning into a tropical depression. After it turns into a tropical depression, it could possibly be a hurricane. It's on the southern coast of Mexico, right by Acapulco. As you can see, all the heavy stuff is going to be in the middle. The darker the area, the worse of the storm it is, really. So as you can see, the dark purpley area, that would be the more lightning strikes, possible higher winds, more tornadoes. You can see it moving up towards the north, up towards Puerto Vallarta and Cabo San Lucas. The heavier stuff, like I said, is going to be in the middle with that purple region. You can see the dartboard. Those are going to be high winds possible for a hurricane. Back to Adri and Ron at the desk.
Thank you, Nico. Wow, pretty rainy America this week, even here in Chicago. Well, coming up after this small break, we're going to have Tyler Loftus with your traffic report.
Who needs smart water when you have dumb water? Dumb water is made with parasitic organisms that diminish brain function for short periods of time, giving you the courage you need to do all the things you've always wanted to do. I didn't smoke before, but today alone I've smoked 100 cigarettes, 4 at a time. I used to not drink, but now I'm drunk by the afternoon. Before dumb water, I was a pacifist. Now I pick fights with whoever I want. So don't be a dum-dum. Drink dumb water when you don't have the confidence.
You don't have to be black to enjoy a tasty McChicken sandwich on the McDonald's Dollar Menu. He's loving it. Are you?
For 27 years, the Chicago Public Library Foundation has been the fundraising partner to the Chicago Public Library, supporting collection development, programming, technology, and innovation initiatives. Donors to the Chicago Public Library Foundation provide more than $5 million in annual support for programs that reach nearly 500,000 library patrons. Foundation-funded programs help patrons to accelerate learning through early literacy initiatives, Teachers in the Library and the Summer Learning Challenge, to empower our workforce through programs like the Cyber Navigator Computer Tutors, and strengthen communities through the One Book, One Chicago Citywide Book Club. Make a gift to the Chicago Public Library Foundation and keep your library and your city thriving. For more information, visit us at www.cplfoundation.org.
If you're curious as to why the traffic is so smooth today, it's probably because of the Columbus holiday. Let's take a look and see just how smooth the roads are running. The inbound Kennedy from O'Hare to the Circle is 17 minutes inbound and 22 minutes out. The inbound Edens from Lake Cook to the Circle, 16 minutes and 24 minutes outbound. The Dan Ryan from 95th to the Circle is 14 minutes inbound and only 13 minutes out. The inbound Eisenhower from Thorndale to I-90-94 Circle, 28 minutes in and 27 minutes out. I-57 from I-80 to the I-290 Circle is 33 minutes inbound and 29 minutes outbound. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to I-290 is 23 minutes in and only 28 minutes out. Inbound South Lakeshore Drive from 55th Street to Jackson is 9 minutes inbound and only 9 minutes outbound as well. And don't forget that Lakeshore Drive is having a lot of construction the rest of October, so make sure if you're going trick-or-treating this year, take that into consideration, and once again, please be safe. With ICB Traffic, I'm Tyler Loftus. Back to you, Adri.
Thank you, Tyler. In national news, Secretary of State John Kerry praised Syria, stating that he was very pleased at the news that experts have begun the destruction of Syrian chemical weapons. We're very pleased with the pace of what has happened with respect to chemical weapons in a record amount of time, Kerry said. His comments came after the UN said international inspectors from the Netherlands-based watchdog organization for the prohibition of chemical weapons have begun work on ensuring the destruction of these weapons. More than 100,000 have died since the conflict in Syria began, with demonstrations that have since degenerated into a civil war.
The national unemployment rates have fallen from 7.4% in July to 7.3% in August. According to a report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 18 states, including Washington, D.C., have had rate increases in the last month. 17 had decreases and 15 did not change. North Dakota leads the nation with the lowest unemployment rate at 3%, and Nevada is at 9.5% and is the highest in the country. As for Illinois, the state has added 5,600 educational and health services jobs in August, but lost about 4,000 construction jobs at the same time. Jay Powell, Employment Security Director, states that even with no change in the rate, Illinois still added 5,900 private sector jobs and cut 1,100 government jobs in August. Illinois remains second highest in unemployment rates with 9.2%. The president's 2014 proposed budget has three components. One, making critical investments to strengthen the middle class. Two, create jobs. And three, grow the economy while contributing to cut the deficit in a balanced way. The budget does all of these things as part of a comprehensive plan that reduces the deficit and puts the nation on a sound fiscal course. Every new initiative in the plan is fully paid for, so they do not add a single dime to the deficit. The current budget year ends September 30th. Tea Party-backed conservatives in the House and Senate have vowed to block action on any measure providing money for the new budget year unless President Obama agrees to stop his signature health care bill from going into effect. By including this compromise proposed in the budget, the president is demonstrating his willingness to make tough choices and his seriousness about finding common ground to further reduce the deficit.
Illinois Governor Pat Quinn signed gun control measures that expands background checks to cover all firearms. Making sure guns do not fall into the wrong hands is critical to keeping the people of Illinois safe, Quinn stated. The new law will also require all gun owners to report any lost or stolen firearms to local police within 72 hours. The expanded background checks go into effect on January 1st, 2014. And in tech news, there is a new model of virtual reality goggles that will soon be hitting the market. The Oculus Rift, which started as a Kickstarter-backed project that was able to raise $2.9 million in crowdfunded sources, boasts a wide range of features. The Rift has a head-tracking mounted display, 1920 by 1080 resolution, 7-inch screen, and only weighs 379 grams. At this point, only developer kits are available, and the Rift only supports a few games. but when the commercial version comes out sometime next year, it will definitely be a product any gamer should keep their eye on.
At Wall Street, the stock market is on the downfall. The Nasdaq dropped 38 points while the S&P dropped 7. Even though the market is down, if you are in your 20s or 30s, you can comfortably get a 401k. A traditional work 401k proves to be the most beneficial as companies will match 50 to 100% at up to 6% salary. These are also pre-tax assessments, which reduces current taxable income. For more information on safer investment options, go to blackrock.com. We'll be back with entertainment and sports after these commercials.
I'm a Dick Diamond, private investigator. And if you got yourself a situation that the local flatfoots can or won't resolve, then you need a Dick. Remember, keep your hands clean and let a Dick do your dirty work. Got a job in a neighborhood where a white dick stick out like a duck in a henhouse? That's when I unleash our black Dick, Dick Hardwood. Need a tail on a skirt to be sure she ain't making time with some mug behind your back? We'll put a tail on that dame that'll stick like chewing gum underneath the theater seat. Deadbeat dad won't make with the child support? We ain't afraid to put some muscle on the matter so he gets with the program.
The Dick Diamond Detective Agency is not affiliated with any reputable law enforcement agencies.
You got the stuff? You got the cash? World history pre-1900, biomedicines of the 21st century, technical advances during the Industrial Revolution.
There's an easier way to save money on your textbooks. eCampus.com. It's simple. Choose to rent or purchase your required texts. Receive them in the mail. When your class ends, send them back to us. eCampus.com. Textbooks. Easy, fast, cheap.
I'm attorney Richard Broom. Pigeons think they can do whatever they want, but not in my city. If you or somebody you know has been harassed or bothered by pigeons, contact my office immediately. When it comes to wanting aggressive, stiff representation, it's good to have a dick on your side.
Thanks, Richard Broom. You are the man.
Thank you, Richard Broom. I really appreciate it.
Time now for today's winning Powerball numbers. The numbers are 8, 10, 26, 57, 58, and the Powerball number is 4. The $156 million jackpot has yet to be claimed. The next drawing is tonight. Remember, you can't win if you don't play.
Here's Christina Davila to let us know what's happening in entertainment.
In entertainment news, just yesterday it was announced Kris and Bruce Jenner will officially be getting a divorce. We had seen the couple having problems on keeping up with the Kardashians, but nothing was definite. It's been coming for a while, a source says about the couple that has been married for 22 years. Kris is in a good place about it. She accepted it and is very focused on other aspects of her life. Obviously, it's very sad for everyone, but it's no surprise, and everyone has had time to adapt to this new reality. And while we're on the topic of relationships that have come to an end, the public eye is still on Miley Cyrus and her split from fiancé Liam Hemsworth. Dad Billy Ray Cyrus tells Entertainment Tonight, "All I know for sure is I heard my daughter say today she's the happiest she's ever been in her life immediately following the breakup. That's when I saw Miley Cyrus being so happy. Props go out to Miley. She kept on being occupied lately, and I'm pretty sure Liam is one of the last things on her mind lately and in the moment." In other news, Deborah Messing and Eric McCormick, who co-starred on the hit NBC comedy Will and Grace, filled our hearts with joy Monday night when they reunited on the red carpet for Television Academy's An Evening Honoring James Burrows in North Hollywood, California. The event made for a picture-perfect moment for the pair, who were beaming from ear to ear as they laughed and enjoyed each other's company while posing for the pic side to side. Drew Barrymore makes an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno Monday, where she revealed that she is very much and wants to have another baby with husband Will Koppelman, Who knows, maybe soon we'll be hearing the big news from Drew and hubby Will. That's it for today on ICB Entertainment News. I'm Christina Davila.
Thank you, Christina. It's like it's never a dull moment in Hollywood right now, is it?
No, there's too much going on. I can't even keep up with it. I'm glad we have Christina.
Here's our very own Donald Duck with sports.
Soldier Field over the weekend on Thursday, the NFL Network, the Bears taking on the 0-5 Giants at Soldier Field. Thursday Night Football, these highlights courtesy of the NFL Network. Going on, the Bears came in at 3-2. There we go, pick six right there, first quarter, intercepted. Tim Jennings takes it all the way back to the house. Robbie Gould would add the extra point. The Bears taking up 7-0. We're on to the second quarter, score tied at 14. Jay Cutler finds Brandon Marshall in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. The Bears will go up 21-14. Fans loving it. Third quarter now, Giants creeping back. Eli Manning drops back to pass. Now, if you'll notice, he scrambles. He finds Ruben Randall wide open as he slips on the field in apparent frustration, slams the ball on the field. Looks like a fumble. Here it is, a slow close-up. That's a fumble right there. However, Mark Trestman does challenge the play. Lance Briggs picks up what they all thought was a fumble. Should have been Bears ball. That's kind of a no-no. Here it is from another angle. He slips. He isn't down yet. Ruben Randall slams the ball down. The ball comes out. He quickly realizes it. Again, Mark Trestman challenges it. The referees then determine the player gave himself up. No whistle was blown. He was not down. There it is now again, another close-up. He's a fumble, and you see Randall try to scramble to get the ball. However, Giants kept the ball. A few plays later, Brandon Jacobs scores from a few yards out. Look at the Giants now, 0-5 coming up. They're just a score away. The score now 27-21. We're going to move on now to the fourth quarter. Giants. Eli Manning drops back to pass. The pass just tipped, almost intercepted by Tim Jennings. He can't believe it. Eli got away with one there. It's coming down now. 2 minutes left. Fourth quarter. Giants running out of opportunities. Eli Manning drops back. Here's the throw. Overthrows his tight end, and he's picked off by Tim Jennings. He slides it out. Bears seal the deal right there, 27-21. The Bears move on to 4-2. The Giants 0-6. Jay Cutler, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good day. ALCS last night. Big Papi David Ortiz hits a game-tying grand slam as Torrey Hunter goes over the wall trying to catch the ball. The Red Sox would go on to win that one 6-5. That series is evened up at 1 game apiece, game 3 tonight. 10 years ago tonight, you remember this? Moises Alou going for the ball. You remember that guy with the cap and the ball right there? That is Steve Bartman. 10 years ago, the NLCS Cubs versus the Marlins. The poor dejected fan, he was blamed for the Cubs losing that series. They were 5 outs away from going to the World Series. And moving on now, the dunk of the week. Look at this play by Tomas Hertl of the San Jose Sharks. 1 of 4 goals on the night. The rookie, 19 years old. Look at that. Between the legs, up over the right shoulder. Tomas Hertl right there. That is the goal of not only just the day, mom and sis, or his wife.
Thank you, Don. As many of you already know, Halloween is right around the corner. It's a great day for children and parents to go out, have fun, eat candy, and dress up in their favorite costumes. Halloween is one of the busiest holidays of the year, but it can also be one of the most dangerous. So here at ICB, we've gathered some tips to help keep everyone safe on this holiday. First, check your state website for any sex offenders. This is very important so you know which residents you do not want your children visiting. If your children go out alone, map out a route for them to take so you know where they are going to be at all times, and give them a cell phone so they can check in every 30 to 60 minutes. When out trick-or-treating, only go to homes with porch lights on. Always have a fresh set of batteries along with the flashlight. When shopping or making costumes, try to find bright and reflective material so that children can be seen at all times. Also, try to make sure the costumes are short and flame resistant. Instead of using masks, which cause limited visibility, try a non-toxic makeup. Flashlights and glow sticks are a much safer alternative to lighting up carved pumpkins. But if you do use candles, make sure the pumpkin is on a sturdy table or flat surface. To prevent injury to other trick-or-treaters, remove wet leaves and snow from any sidewalks, driveways, or steps, and make sure your pets are properly detained. Before going out, make sure the kids have a good meal before they fill up on all that candy. Remember, being safe is having fun.
The North Side has gone to the birds. For more on this story, here's our own Sean McGinty.
I'm Sean McGinty from the WICB News here on location of Stratford Place in the Lakeview area. We are currently at the location of the infamous bird pooping tree.
There's bird poop on the tree. There's bird poop on the sidewalk. And there's even more bird poop on the cars. The smell of bird poop lingers down the street here in the Lakeview area, home of the infamous bird pooping tree. Some people in this neighborhood were so embarrassed they would not stop for an interview. While some people in this neighborhood are embarrassed, others have embraced this tree by tying a ceramic bird to signify the tree in their neighborhood.
Since the beginning of fall in the city of Chicago, it seems that the birds have migrated south for the winter. But as you can clearly see on this tree right next to me, that the neighbors in this neighborhood have marked the area of where the birds have pooped in the streets of this fine street. Back to you in the studio, I'm Sean McGinty with WICB News.
Thank you, Sean. Well, that's it for me today. I'm Adri Ramirez.
And I'm Ronald Hogan. For WICB News, have a great day.